All right, guys. Today we're gonna be reacting to top 10 places to visit in Bavaria. Bavaria. I hear that name so much. I'm like, man, I cannot wait to see what's going on here. Hey, shout out to the mountain in the back. Beautiful. We already seen snow. I'm already into the video. Without further ado, let's jump in.
Guys, my name is Ryan Shirley, and I just returned from a road trip across Bavaria, and I want to show you some of my favorite places.
Let's
so here's
go.
my Bavaria top 10.
Yes.
Europe's most magical landscapes,
Ugh.
from endless castles to medieval fairy tale towns.
My
Bavaria is
God.
a destination that needs to
Bro,
be.
look at that snow in the back. Wow. I don't know how to explain it. That gives me so much goosebump. I'm into the snow so much, man. I'm a weird guy. I'm the guy that I'm in summer, but I want to see snow kind of guy. I'm that guy. I'm that guy for some reason.
Let's start this video off in the town of Berchtesgaden. Now I have to say this is one of the most beautiful towns
Wow.
in all of Germany.
It looks
It's
like
just
Zelda.
a 2-hour drive from Munich, and it's nestled in the
Wow.
Bavarian Alps. One of my favorite features of Berchtesgaden is the Watzmann Mountain. It's a uniquely shaped peak that towers over the town. It almost looks like someone took a bite out of it. One thing I love about Berchtesgaden
Wow.
is there's so many beautiful churches to explore. One of my favorites is the church in Ramsau. It's right next to this beautiful stream, and there's this picture perfect bridge to observe the church from. Another one of my favorites is the Maria Jern Church, which offers a perfect view of the Watzmann Mountain. One of the main reasons I
Wow,
wanted to
look
go
at
to
that.
Berchtesgaden was to visit Hitler's Eagle's Nest. Now I'm really fascinated with World War II.
Oh, this is where he has those meetings, right? Right here, Bavaria. Very interesting.
history, and I had to see this place for myself. Now the Eagle's Nest was built in 1939 and was given to Hitler for his 50th birthday. Now to get to the Eagle's Nest, you can take a bus up. When you get to the top, you'll walk through a deep tunnel into
Man, listen. There's places that are beautiful, right? But there's something about Germany. It's just the structure and the cleanness of their places is so remarkable. It's hard to explain, folks. It's hard to explain. I can't even explain it. Look at the mask. You still have to wear the mask. Isn't that crazy?
the mountain. When I was in there, it was just crazy to think that Hitler walked these same walls. Now at the end of the tunnel, there's a circular room that leads you into a golden elevator. Even though
Wow,
the Eagle's
golden.
Nest and the road leading up to it cost nearly 200 million euros to make, adjusted for inflation, Hitler only visited it on 14 documented occasions.
Wow.
This may be because Hitler was afraid of heights, and he was also scared of using the elevator. Thankfully, the Eagle's Nest wasn't destroyed in World War II, and today it's a restaurant with panoramic views. And while you're
Nice.
there, you can hike up some walking paths into the
See that?
Berchtesgaden National
You know what's
Park.
crazy? That's smart. You see those pieces of wood? That's smart because you always know that guy or that person. They want to be too stupid for some reason. They will just think to just jump over those rocks for some reason. I don't know. People are like that. But I'm glad that they put two pieces of wood there.
Park, enjoying the incredible sights of this historical destination.
Wow.
Afterwards, we're going to head back to Berchtesgaden to visit the Lake Kunensee. Now, the lake was created by glaciers, which makes it feel like you're in a fjord you'd see in Norway or New Zealand. When I was there, we took a boat ride to the end of the lake. It cost around 15 euros and took about 50
Not
minutes to
bad.
cross the lake. Now, the first stop was to the famous St. Bartholomew's Church. We kept going and we reached the end of the lake. We then hiked about 10 minutes to reach Oversee,
crazy.
and it's just home to this iconic lake hut, and the scenery there is just astounding. I mean, the lake's so clear, and it's just surrounded by massive mountain walls that are hard to explain.
Wow.
I mean, I just had a great time enjoying the scenery around the lake. Definitely got to explore Kunensee and Oversee while you're in Berchtesgaden. Now,
Ah,
afterwards, we're going
And
to
talk
visit
about the
magic-
water, how clean it is. I don't know if that's in purpose or the camera just kind of illuminating in a weird that looks clear, but it's so clean.
village of Rottenburg. Now when you go to Rothenburg, you'll feel like
The
you're
medieval.
walking in a fantasy movie. It's one of the most preserved medieval old towns in all of Europe. During the Middle Ages, Rothenburg thrived as it was located at the crossroads of European trade routes. At the beginning of the 15th century, it rose to becoming the second largest city in all of Germany, but during the 17th century, Rothenburg faced adversities such as the 30-Year War and the bubonic plague. Without much resources, Rothenburg's growth was halted, which aided in keeping the town preserved in its medieval
And also
state.
noted something about these towns compared to the United States. They grow like this, right? They don't grow like this. So horizontally wide and not tall. So that's an interesting concept.
Today, Rothenburg maintains its medieval charm, and it's been the inspiration for sets of Disney movies such as Pinocchio. If you go, you can check out the famous Cloning Corner or witness the beautiful Christmas markets. I mean, just hard to beat the allure of this German village. From Rothenburg, you can make the 3-hour drive to the beautiful city of Munich, also known as Bavaria's capital. Munich is located in the south of Germany, about 50 kilometers from the Alps. During World War II, Munich was heavily bombed by over 70 air raids, but today the city is restored to its former beauty. One of the most popular spots is the Marienplatz, Central Square. You'll find the new town hall with its stunning clock tower and historical figurines. After Munich, we're going to head to the top of Germany to visit the Zugspitze mountain. Now with a height of 2,962 meters, easily one of the most impressive mountains in all of Germany. Zugspitze is located south of Garmisch-Partenkirchen and
Look at that. Look at the snow, man, on the top of the mountain, bro. It's not crazy. I don't know why, but Germany gives me the sense that it's not that hot. Even if it is in the summer, it still feels nice. I don't know. They give me that kind of vibe. It's crazy.
Zugspitze is located south of Garmisch-Partenkirchen, and the easiest way to reach the top of the mountain is by a cable car. It costs around 60 euros, and it's one of the biggest gondolas I've ever been in. It holds several world records, including the longest free span in a cable car.
Can you go to those mountains? I know it's kind of high though, but can you go and hike in those mountains?
Distance of more than 3,000 meters. Honestly, an engineering phenomenon and a little scary going up. The cable car is quite the experience, and once you reach the top, you can explore the mountain station. I mean, it really blew me away up there. It totally reminded me of an evil villain's lair. There's a great restaurant and platforms to observe the scenery below. One thing that I thought was interesting is you can walk through this tunnel and it'll take you to the Austrian side of Zugspitze. Now from the platform on the German side, you can see the summit cross. Me and my brother decided we wanted to climb to the top. The snow made it a little sketchy, but we held on tight to the iron wire and climbed a ladder and made it to the cross.
Super sketchy, man.
The views were
super sketchy, man. If I was me, I would just already, fall and just hit my head with a piece of rock. That was me. Right?
I mean, if you go in the summertime, I'm sure it's not as sketchy to summit this. Now, after Zugspitze, you can take the cable car down to visit the Lake Eibsee. Now, it's known as the Maldives of the Alps with its clear water and tree-dotted islands. I mean, the color of the water there is astounding. Now, if you have time, I definitely recommend walking along the lake. It's full of beautiful groves of trees and a perfect place to relax on the shoreline and enjoy some Bavarian nature. Now afterwards, we're going to head over to Wagenbrüssee. This is one of the most scenic places in all of Bavaria. I mean, I was just baffled by this place. It's this beautiful little lake nestled in the mountains, and it's full of farm sheds that dot the hillside. Now the lake is overlooked by the perfectly placed Karwendel.
Do people live here? In these areas, they look kind of abandoned. They don't look like there's people living in this area. I don't know. I might be wrong.
Alps. I mean, it reminded me a lot of Alpe d'Huez in the Dolomites. I had such a fun time exploring here. I just walked down a little dirt road to get there, and it was a spectacular place to enjoy the Bavarian sunset. I mean, it was definitely one of the highlights of my trip. I'm jealous of all the farmers who have sheds there. After, we're going to head to the beautiful town of Füssen. Now look of the Bavarian Alps. Füssen is a 700-year-old medieval city full of old world charm. Its streets are lined with cobblestones, and you feel like you're walking back in time as you explore.
That's
it.
amazing.
I just love all the classical German houses, and I think it's so cool how the milky blue River Lech runs right next to the town.
Is that real? Man, that looks so fake, bro. It's a real it's a real river, but it looks fake.
Crowning feature of Fussen
Like,
is the
not
High
fake.
Castle. I mean,
Like it doesn't look real. I don't know how to explain it.
just adds so much character to the town. If you really want to go back in time,
there you go, the
just gotta
Renaissance.
give Fussen a visit. Now for our final destination, we're gonna visit the iconic Neuschwanstein Castle. I have to say that it is the most beautiful castle in all Europe. It's what inspired Disney's
Wow.
Sleeping Beauty castle. I mean, it's just the perfect place for a princess. Now the castle is nestled at the very tip of southern Germany.
Look at that
Neuschwanstein
mountain,
Castle
bro.
is placed perfectly in the mountains with a phenomenal 360 view of the Bavarian Alps and the town below. The construction of the castle began in 1869. During World War II, the SS debated blowing up the castle to prevent it from falling into the enemy's hands, but thankfully it never happened. Today, the castle receives over 1.4 million visitors a year, so it's definitely a tourist hotspot. When I was there, we walked around the castle. When you're up close, you realize how huge it really is. King Ludwig had some imagination. Anyways, I found a great vantage point in the trees with a perfect
Wow.
view of the castle. I mean, I just can't get over the beauty
Man,
of this
you
place.
can't.
I mean, it's truly something out of a Disney
It's like
fairy
a Resident Evil stuff. I mentioned a couple times. If you guys play Resident Evil 8, you know what I'm talking about. It's just,
tale.
man.
Afterwards, you can walk
Awesome.
around Alpsee. It's another picturesque alpine lake with views of the Hohenschwangau Castle. Now, another
Wow.
incredible spot nearby is St.
Look
Coloman's
at how
Church.
clean the area is, man. I cannot get enough. It's so presentable. It's just something about just keeping things clean and organized. I need to experience this, man. I need to. It's not a shoot. It's a must. I must, and I need to experience this.
Church is located just a few minutes away and has a splendid view of the castle and the Bavarian Alps. One of my favorite memories of my time in Bavaria was just enjoying the sunset at the church, just marveling at the green
Wow, look at
pastures
that.
and overall scenery. Bavaria truly is a magical place. Well, that is it for my Bavaria top 10. Let me know where your favorite place is in Bavaria in the comments below. I also started a relaxation channel where I post hour-long films with
Oh,
calming music to
hey,
bring some
shout out to the man here, man.
peace and nature in your life. I did a film on Germany that I think you'll enjoy. You can find me on TikTok and Instagram at shirley.films. It's Ryan, and we will see you later.
And he finished it with a backflip. And he finished the video with a backflip. What are you gonna do? Went to Germany, reached out the mountains with snow. While I think this is almost autumn. And at the end of the video, he finished it with a backflip. He did everything correct. Ah, man, what a beautiful area, man. My God. Bavarian people, let me know in the comment section below if you guys understand where I'm coming from. I know you guys are Bavarians. You guys are used to this. However, do you understand where I'm coming from? This is so beautiful, man. This is... I don't know how to explain, man. I would love to hear what you guys have to say. Meantime, guys, I'll see you in the next one.